The custom in the Syrian community is that whenever we recite Minhah after Peleg Minhah, we omit the additional supplications after reciting Vaya'abor, meaning we skip Rahum v'Hanun Hatanu L'Fanecha, David, and Abinu Melkenu. But in other Middle Eastern communities, these paragraphs are recited in Minhah, even when Minhah is recited until sunset. Peleg Minhah is 75 variable minutes before sunset, which is the earliest time that Arbit could be recited. I would like to point out that our custom is to call that time period Peleg Minhah, not Pelag Minhah. Peleg is also grammatically correct. Like we say, Melech Israel. Melech doesn't change to Melach when it's together with Israel. Likewise, Peleg doesn't change to Pelag when it's together with Minhah. In any case, our custom of omitting these paragraphs when Minhah is recited after Peleg Minhah was documented in the book Derech Eretz as the custom of Aleppo, quoting Hakam Ishaq Za'afrani alav Shalom, who reported that this custom was practiced with the approval of the leading rabbis of Halab, including Hakam Ezra Hamwi Chabaz, Hakam Moshe Mizrahi, Hakam Ezra Abadi Sha'yo, and Hakam Moshe Tawil. Hakam Ishaq Za'afrani explained that since according to one opinion in the Gemara, the opinion of Rabbi Yehuda, it's too late to recite Minhah after Peleg Minhah. Now, even though we are not bound by that opinion, and we do still recite Minhah after Peleg Minhah, we only recite Minhah, which is obligatory. But we skip those penitential prayers, which halachically speaking are optional, since we apply the rule of Sheb ve'al ta'aseh adif. In certain halachic situations, it's preferable to remain passive. Here we are avoiding reciting a halachically optional part of the Minhah prayer, since it's already too late to recite Minhah according to the Biyudah. The fact that Nefilat Apayim, reciting the David, is optional, was quoted by the Tur in the name of Rab Natronai Gaon. The Kaf Haim Sofer explained that according to the opinion that reciting the David is optional, custom dictates when it is said or not said. Furthermore, according to Maran and Shulchan Aruch, En Nefilat Apayim Balayla, the David is not recited at night. Since we consider the time after Peleg Minhah is nighttime in some respects, as we begin reciting Arbit after Peleg Minhah, we don't recite the David at that time. Again, because we apply the rule of Sheb ve'al ta'aseh adif, remain passive regarding reciting something that is not an actual obligation at a time when, according to one opinion, it should no longer be recited at all. One last point. Peleg Minhah can either be calculated where the day begins at sunrise and ends at sunset, or where the day begins at dawn and ends at nightfall. The book Derech Eretz specified that the time of Peleg Minhah is 1.25 hours before sunset. That is also the time that synagogues in our community begin praying Arbit, which is listed on the time charts as Peleg Minhah according to the Gerah, otherwise known as the Gaon from Vilna. This calculation of Peleg Minhah comes out earlier than if we begin the day at dawn and end at nightfall. Therefore, we already refrain from reciting the David after the earlier calculation of Peleg Minhah. All of this is when we recite Minhah after Peleg, but when reciting Minhah before Peleg Minhah, we recite these paragraphs beginning with Rahum v'Hanun Hatanu, the David, and Abinu Melkenu.